Hello, my name is Mackie, and welcome back to another edition of 60 Super Bowls in 60 Days. Today, we're looking at Super Bowl 21, January 25th, 1987, at the beautiful Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. And holy cow, it was not even close. We were supposed to have a battle between John Elway and Phil Simms, but unfortunately, that battle was pretty much decisively by one quarterback and unfortunately undecided by another. 2039 Giants win, or 39-20 Giants win, and Giants win their first Super Bowl. I think it's their first ever championship in like a long while because I think Giants were playing in the old NFL back then, but that's neither the point, of course. To the stats. John Elway with 22 of 37 for 304 yards and a touchdown interception. Gary Kubiak, fill in for relief, had 4 for 4 for 48 yards. So, yeah, the game was pretty much basically over at that point. Kubiak comes in, and even he cannot do anything. Phil Simms was the MVP for the New York Giants. He was the MVP of the Super Bowl, and he did the following: 22 for 25, 268 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But the most important stat is that 88% completion percentage, which, as it stands, I'm recording this on the 21st, will be out on the 29th. But as it stands, it is the highest completion ever in Super Bowl history. My man Phil Simms was dropping dimes and, dropping bombs, but mostly dimes. you know, he was near perfect. He was the definition of a near perfect game. It was a definition of like Villanova beating Georgetown like years ago, of course. Nearly perfect and nearly flawless, even win the game. He was incredible. The Russian, John Elway, with 6 of 27, 6 rushes for 27 yards and a touchdown, about 4.5 a rate. Gerald Walhite, 4 rushes for 19 yards at 4.75 a rate. Joe Morris, 20 rushes at 67 yards for the New York Giants at 3.35 a rate and a touchdown. Phil Simms chip in with 3 rushes at 25 yards at 3.35 a rate. And Lee Rawson with 3 rushes at 22 yards at 7.33 a rate. The receiving, Vance Johnson, 5 catches for 121 yards at 24.2 a pop and a touchdown. Gerald Wylett, 5 catches for 39 yards at 7.8 a pop. So if you combine both the rushing and the catching, he have 58 yards of total offense, which sadly is not enough to even patch Joe Morrison's rushing in most cases. Sam Winder, 4 catches for 34 yards and 8.5 yards a pop. Joe Morris, 4 catches for 20 yards and 5 yards a pop. And Mark Bavaro, 4 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. Phil Simms have like 3 touchdowns. Let me see if I missed something. Because I didn't even put that. I didn't put that in my stat sheet. I think he has. Remember, Phil Simms have like 3 touchdowns. Where does the other 2 go, Akeem? Where does the other 2 go? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I kind of missed something. Yeah, I missed Joe Morrison having a touchdown. Yeah, whoopsie daisy. And that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. All right. So Joe Morris, 4 catches for 20 yards, 5 a pop, and a touchdown. All right, there you go. Now for the defense. The defense. Woof. Ken Woodward and Frank Gilman have a sack. Ricky Hundley at defensive with 7 tackles. Dennis Smith and Lewis Wright, 5 tackles. Joey Hackett, fumble recovery. Elvis Patterson with an interception and 4 tackles for the New York Giants. As we get to the New York Giants defense, Leonard Marshall, 2 sacks, 2 tackles. Eric Dorsey and George Martin with a sack. Carl Banks with 9 tackles. And on to the kicking special teams, Rick Carlos with 2 for 2 and 2 for 4 field goals. Raul Allegri, 4 for 5 PATs and 1 for 4 field goals. And the total yards, 372 to 399 for the New York Giants. Denver with 1 turnover to the New York Giants. Goose egg. Absolutely a masterful performance. Greatest game in Super Bowl history? Not even close. Not even close. But in terms of masterful quarterback precision, masterful work by a soon-to-be Hall of Famer and a so broadcaster in most cases. Um, this is elite quarterback work. This is absolutely elite quarterback work. You can say it's sensational. I know. I just make a joke there. Maybe put that in the title, of course, in the thumbnail. But it was an incredible performance by Phil Simms, an incredible performance by the New York Giants, and an incredible performance to deny John Elway his first but not the last Super Bowl he'll be denied. They'll be playing more, and we play more pain for him, but we will continue down the road with him, and we will continue down the road with many more Super Bowls to come as we conclude our Super Bowl 21 preview. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time for Super Bowl 22.